she's one of the more well-rounded fighters, DC, that we have in this division. A true mixed martial artist. Her first martial art was MMA. That certainly helps.
Yes, she's a new breed of fighter. A fighter that, as a young girl, she was brought into a gym. And in that gym, she told the coaches, I don't want to wrestle. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu. I don't want to kickbox and box. I want to do it all.
Right.
Is there an MMA class for my daughter to take part in? She did that from day one, and you see all that development over the course of a lifetime has led her to the octagon, where she is already making her impact.
Yeah, she said, I didn't want to get to the UFC until I was 100% comfortable in every situation. So far, so good for her. She's got a big one in front of her here tonight. Well, you can argue she is the total package. Maybe that should be her nickname, but she is as budding a prospect and as highly touted a prospect as we have in this division. Going to be interesting to see her put her skills on display here in this matchup tonight.
Yeah, she's something else. I mean, I always try to find words to describe these young fighters that just are truly well-rounded. She's one of those fighters. She can fight everywhere. She's got great grappling. She's a tremendous striker. And it's her fight IQ. She fights wise beyond her years. She's young in the game, but when you watch her, you would never expect that this young lady's just getting started.
And with some humility, champ, she'll say, I could beat her in a kickboxing match, I'll beat her in a grappling match, and damn right I'm going to beat her in MMA.
I think you have to have that. If you want to be the best, you got to have that.
All right, with that, the wait ends here. Both fighters have graced the octagon, and we are raring to go from a sold-out Etihad Arena here in Abu Dhabi, UAE. All right, without further delay, let's get you tonight's tale of the tape. Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Macy. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Ketlen, Vieira.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one.
Good.
All right, so here is Ketlen Vieira, another big spot for her here tonight. She got off to a very good start her last time out. Now let's see if Vieira can continue that trend and continue her ascent up the bantamweight ladder.
She gets to the single collar time. Look for her to try to move her opponent to find openings to land uppercuts and shots right up the middle. Oh, nice kick.
Just out of range with that right hook.
Great job landing that solid punch.
Oh! Massive kick to the head.
That was sneaky. Nice strike. She gets in very close and gets to the single collar ties.
Oh, effective strike from the clinch there by Chiasson. Big right hook attempt, but she misses. Nice body kick there. 2 minutes have gone by here in round one.
She lands a beautiful leg kick.
All right, so you see some welting now on the thigh a little bit as she continues to attack that area effectively.
It's a big part of the leg, so it takes a little longer to really start to see the effects of what you're doing. Right now, she's landing. Down the line, boy. She stays the course, it'll pay dividends. She's stepping over the mount here. This is a terrible position.
Well, how about the movement off of the back? Nice job to avoid the ground and pound here.
Gotta be careful here.
Really good job to land these strikes from top position. Ground strikes really adding up for her now.
Big ground and pound.
Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Chiasson.
Oh, for attack. Yup.
Oh, she's got that more locked in tight now. Oh, tremendous escape by her there.
Beautiful submission defense on display by this young lady. She is so dominant from the top position.
Well, doing her able best to avoid the ground and pound here. Nice job by Macy Chiasson.
In the half guard.
All right, she's right into side control right now, and a lot of fighters would prefer the half guard, but she does some pretty good work here.
She does good work in the side control. She likes it. A lot of people will not even pass the side control anymore because it seems like you're giving your opponent an out. But she loves the fact that she has such a great guillotine, and if they turn one way, she'll attack it. So you only have one option to escape this young lady, and by going to your knees, she always throws her hooks in and just gets brutal damage off from the top position.
Look, you're way too aggressive, okay? You're way too aggressive against your opponent right now.
All right, great round it was. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights, DC. A lot for the replay guys to choose from.
Yeah, a lot for the replay guys to choose from. But, John, it's going to be mostly kicks.
Right.
She landed them over and over again, found her target, locked in on it, and drove her shin right through her opponent's body. That was a great display of kicking in the UFC.
Ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here we go with round two. Trying to establish that jab once again.
Beautiful connection lands. Fighting long is the key. Oh, nice. Big shot to the head. Continuing to go to the head. She closes the distance and gets a single collar tie.
All right, so some adversity for her here. Looks like she has been opened up around that eye.
Anything worth having will not be easy, but she's got to protect that cut because it will get worse if she continues to get hit on.
Oh, she works the body as well as anybody.
I mean, that is a big shot to the head. I cannot believe she's still standing.
Well, she gets back up here, but she is on wobbly legs. Vieira's knee strike is blocked. Oh, outstanding job by her there to change levels and get this fight to the ground. What do you guys call that, an ankle pick?
I mean, that's an ankle pick. There's a lot that goes into it. For her to execute it in the fight, amazing. Dig and kick. Doing a really good job of throwing those leg kicks. Can't take pictures now. She has to react. She has to go chase the finish.
Now she lands a leg kick. It's amazing how visibly discouraged she is after getting stunned early in the round. It's not as though she was knocked down. She is still very much in this fight, but she has lost every moment since.
She's been getting beat now, beat to the punch. She got hurt. She's not doing a good job of building back and dealing with the adversity that she was dealt earlier in the round.
Another nice kick there. Solid series of kicks. They're all landing now. Chiasson's nose is cut now, and she's starting to deal with some blood in that area.
Big inside kick.
Just misses there with the left. The seminal blow of this fight thus far.
Yeah, man, she landed a massive hook, and it has her opponent hurt bad.
All right, 20 seconds to go in the round. Just misses with a left hook there. outside and right to the single collar tie. All right, so there's the end of the round. The big story in this one now, the cut on the bridge of that nose from that strike. The cut man is in there, should be able to shut this one and potentially prevent it from being a factor here moving forward. All right, so there's the end of the round. She didn't force the finish after getting that knockdown with the head kick, but was very close to getting the job done there for good in that round.
She's so patient. She's never going to overextend herself. She's never going to rush. She's never going to force anything. She will always stay exactly in her pocket. She will stay exactly in her rhythm. She believes that eventually the finish will come.
You ready to fight? You ready?
Third round underway. Vieira gets caught by the straight punch. Try to establish that jab.
Great job getting to her position, right into that single collar tie.
There's the leg kick, that one checked by Vieira. All right, so she did it again. Another strike effectively targeting that already bruised and damaged area on the upper leg.
She's doing a great job of getting her foot and her shin to the target. She said that the leg kick will be very key for her in this fight. She's showing that that's true.
Oh, nice hammer fist there by Chiasson. Well, this is one of the more active rounds we have seen all night long. Both of these women have realized success with the striking, and both seem damaged.
It's always fun when you get a fight like this, where you see the blood on both sides, where you see the swelling on both sides, where you see the concern for both fighters recognizing that, wow, I've got my equal in front of me. Let's see who can push through and get the victory.
Under 3 minutes to go in our third round.
Like that!
Vieira is looking to pass here, denied by the opponent.
Nice shot lands from the bottom.
All right, full guard here if you're the bottom fighter. Trying to prevent the half guard, I would assume.
Yes, absolutely. Trying to keep her in full guard, throw up some submissions to get back to your feet.
While working pretty effectively from the top here. Nice ground and pound by Vieira. Oh, when you get in a bad spot on the ground and you want to reverse it, that's what you need to do.
Masterclass in changing position, unreal to see.
Well, she's on bottom, but defensively avoiding a lot of these headshots. Nice positional control here. All right, she moved her head again there. She's avoided a lot of these ground strikes thus far. Oh, postures up and lands a huge head strike there. And there it is, another strike gets through on the ground.
Like that!
Waning seconds here of round number 3. That's 3 rounds in the can. We're headed to the championship rounds.
Aí, senta aí, relaxa, respira. Sim, olha, você está sendo muito agressiva nessa luta, tá? Você tem que se acalmar um pouquinho mais.
All right, let's get you some replays from that previous round, DC. I thought she mixed it up beautifully on the field.
Yes, she did a great job. I mean, she landed everything. She showed a complete example of what her mixed martial arts game has become, as she's been in the UFC now for a little bit of time.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Fourth round, fight scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds.
Lands a solid kick right there.
Well, you've heard us say it a lot, but oftentimes with the leg kicks, it doesn't take a whole lot of them to inflict damage, and now her opponent's limping already.
Yeah, her opponent's limping. She's done a really good job of attacking that leg kick and setting it up to make sure that opponent never checked them. Now she's at a point where even if she checks a kick, it's still gonna hurt.
Well, it is not the worst cut we've ever seen in the UFC, but a lot of blood donation happening right here, right now, as her opponent continues to target that area.
Yeah, I mean, you have a fighter in front of you who is so disciplined, who is so sharp. You have got to get on your bicycle, you gotta get on the outside, limit the damage getting between rounds, and then try to reset.
And she did not miss there. This could be the end, DC.
I mean, she hurt her so bad with that big head kick. I don't know how she's standing.
Vieira's thigh really starting to show serious signs of bruising here.
She's hurt bad, John. Ooh. Nice leg kick.
Massive left hand. Stuffs that takedown attempt without issue. All right, now we get a little bit of separation. Chiasson's eye starting to swell now. 2 minutes.
Oh, nice inside leg kick, yeah.
Oh, going for the takedown here. Nicely done as she closes the distance to attain the single collar tie. Oh, she landed a combination of knees there. It forces her opponent to retreat. Devastating knees on the feet.
Devastating knees. Hurt her opponent multiple times with those knees, and to throw them back to back, it's truly crazy.
Oh, she is absolutely her best strike of the fight.
Her best strike, and you don't see this type of power normally in this weight class, but she lands, and she lands very effectively. Look at how she drives her knee right into her opponent's midsection.
She got that single collar tie. All right, so no surprise to see her continuing to attack that area. That cut is going to get wider with every passing moment of the fight.
You know, generally you expect it to get worse. When you're fighting someone like her, you know it's going to get worse because she's as sharp and as crisp as any striker you ever step in the octagon with. So she's going to be on that cut and attacking that cut relentlessly.
All right, so there's the end of the round, and you got to think her corner is going to take a long, hard look into her eyes to see if she wants to fight on here. She got stunned multiple times in that previous round.
I mean, you have to, right? If you're her coaches, if you're her trainer, you have to take a look to see if your fighter is even able to continue. I know she didn't go down. I know she just got stunned, but every time she got hurt, she was hurt very, very badly.
We have arrived at this fifth and final round. Oh, effective strike there by Macy Chiasson. Oh, pinpoint execution on that straight punch. She's got a reach advantage, and it was pretty obvious in that sequence there. All right, so another nice sequence for her there. You've talked a lot about her fight IQ, but this is pretty simple, right? You batter your opponent upstairs, stay with it.
She did it early. She was able to get to her spots, land the shots that she wanted to land. Her opponent did nothing to cheat.
What a strike by her there. I'd be knocked out. Her opponent still stands.
She's still standing, but she gotta get on her bike now. She gotta get out to the center of the octagon, find some space so that she can evade her opponent from finishing her. He did a great job setting up that high kick.
Not a good visual there. You can see she can put some pressure on that lead leg, but starting to limp, man.
She's starting to limp. She's been beat up. Her opponent had a game plan, an idea that that would be something that would be available to her. She was able to get to it early, and now she's continuing to do it, and now it's showing in the work that she's done.
Well, it sounds obvious, but she clearly needs a knockout or a TKO or a submission, or she's going to be on the wrong end of the scorecard.
She's got to do something. You are not going to win this fight if you let it go to the judges.
So how about it, folks? A huge result for her. She gets the TKO here tonight, and this is a celebration that you can be sure is going to continue deep into the night.
What is she expected? She expected to finish this fight. That's exactly what she did. The party's going to be off the hook because she has planned for it all week. What a phenomenal performance by this young lady.
The decision is inside the octagon. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 52 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO, Ketlen Vieira!
So Ketlen Vieira, your winner here tonight, and you start to wonder on the strength of this performance, is the ceiling for Vieira a UFC Women's Bantamweight title? She put all the skills together here tonight, and you gotta think, given the strength of this performance, the rest of the division will have no choice but to take notice.